Impostor. When you rip off the mask, the cliff on which you stand crumbles too. Lenna, over here. Coming. After dispatching a particularly persistent creepy robot behind her with a single shot, Lenna catches up to UMP-40 and ducks into an alley. Having lost their target, the robots behind Lenna look around aimlessly for a bit before vanishing back into the fog. As she watches the robots leave, Lenna sticks her tongue out at them from her hiding place beside the fissure. Whew, those guys were really clingy. Then there's that little girl. She was following us so closely that she actually slowed us down. Yeah, she's kind of a pain. Ah, no, Lebas Neural Cloud is in danger. We cannot let them do whatever they want to it. 40, let's go with the new battle plan. We'll start by capturing that girl. If she's the one holding Leba prisoner, then capturing her might lead us right to Leba. That sounds tempting, but that girl's been running from us ever since we took down that big guy. How are you going to make her show herself, Lenna? Let's start by finding something that would attract her. Now what do kids like? Say, what about that dog tag? UMP-40's eyes light up and she points to Lenna's pocket. The girl wanted that dog tag just now, right? It's the perfect bait. But Lenna pats her pocket hesitantly. Well, the dog tag is really important to Leba. What if it gets stolen? I doubt that. I mean, that girl doesn't look too bright, and we have already encountered her many times already. All in all, I'm sure we can handle her 2-on-1. No can do. I don't want to gamble with Leba's safety. You've got a point. Let me think. Hey, why do we make a fake one? Saying so, UMP-40 smiles and holds a hand out to Lenna. Would you mind lending it to me for a bit? Lenna hesitates for a moment, and then she hands it to UMP-40. UMP-40 places it in her palm and covers it with her other hand. A moment later, a new dog tag appears in UMP-40's other hand. A close examination reveals that even the scalp marks and other signs of weathering are exactly the same as the real thing. They look totally identical. I cannot tell them apart. Hehe, it doesn't just look identical. I even simulated a signal similar to Leba's Neural Cloud. That girl will have a hard time telling that it's a fake, even if by its signal trace. That's amazing. How can you simulate a signal that appears to be Leba's? Hehe, you pick up a few things when you've been in Leba's neural space long enough. Here, you should hang on to the real one. After returning the dog tag to Lenna, UMP-40 turns and plants her hands on her waist before surveying her surroundings. Now, to find a place for an ambush. With UMP-40's help, the two of them locate a dilapidated hut. This is it. I remember there was a little shack here. The robots outside have all been cleared away, so the inside should be empty. Lenna carefully opens a door, a ghost suddenly drops from above, and Lenna backs up in fright. Why is this place so spooky? This looks like a former haunted house in the amusement park. Don't be scared, it's been decommissioned after all. UMP-40 picks up the paper ghost from the ground and chucks it aside. Then she drags Lenna to the center of the haunted house. After looking around at the facilities inside the house, she nods in satisfaction. This house has only given one entrance and exit, and there are lots of obstacles for us to hide behind. It's perfect for an ambush. Let's put the fake tag here. UMP-40 puts the fake dog tag on a round table, then moves behind the screen by the table and begins gesturing. I can hide here and emit a signal that's just like Leba's Neural Cloud data. When the girl is drawn to the tag, we'll jump out and scare her. I'll go camp outside the house, then I'll signal you when I spot the girl so we can coordinate our efforts more effectively. Alright, we'll definitely catch her now. That said, don't get too close to the house, Lenna. It would be bad if she discovered us. I'll be careful. Let's do it then. We're going to capture her this time for sure. Not long afterwards, Lenna suddenly hears noises from inside the haunted house. Is the girl here? But I did not see anyone get close and 40 didn't send me a signal either. Did she? Lenna opens a comm channel to 40 and verifies that the call logs are empty. The outside world is still as quiet as ever. Was I imagining things? Maybe I should wait a little longer. Lenna carefully shifts toward the rundown house and hides behind a new piece of cover. However, the movements within the house soon grow impossible to ignore. Are those gunshots? Was that the sound of a Goliath exploding? Lenna quickly opens the comm channel. 40, what's your situation? The transmission goes through quickly. Lenna, we miscalculated. This room had secret passage. The girl suddenly came out of it and it ambushed me. What? After she ambushed me, she fled through the passage. I chased her and found left behind by Leba. The unstable comm signal makes UMP-40's voice choppy, but Lenna immediately latches onto the word Leba. Leba? What did Leba leave behind? I can't tell you over the call, but catch up with her. You'll definitely find a clue to Leba's location. In any case, just come quick. I cannot hold her by myself. There's a sudden exchange of gunfire and then the transmission ends. Lenna immediately springs up, rushing into the house. Hang in there, 40. I'm coming for ya. After entering the house, all Lenna sees is rubble. The old furniture and items inside the room have been blown to bits. The room is empty, but there is a huge hole in the corner of the house, like an inky black maw waiting to swallow Lenna up. 40, are you in there? The faint sound of gunfire comes from the hole. Lenna grits her teeth and jumps in. 40! Gunfire illuminates the pitch black interior of the tunnel. In the depths of the tunnel, UMP-40 is fighting a fierce battle against some robots commanded by the girl. The girl has a dog tag in her mouth, her petite black silhouette darting nimbly between the robots. UMP-40 is hot on the girl's trail. Hey, get back here and tell me where Leba is. The girl ignores UMP-40 in her dogged pursuit. She haughtily waves a hand and summons a pack of robots, which surround UMP-40 and separate her from the little girl. Upon seeing UMP-40 is about to be trapped, Lenna rushes forward. 40! Thank goodness you came. Over here, work with me. Lenna, we need to find a way to force her into that corner. Got it. We'll head over there first. That carousel is spinning. Is that normal? Can I interact with it? What the? No. Reach a designated area. Should it be all of us though? Oh, we can just have one? I wanna speedrun the story. Sorry. Comes the other enemies. Yay! Yeah, I'm yawning. The girl is forced into a corner by Lenna and UMP-40's combined assault. With the girl right in front of her, Lenna darts forward to grabs her hand. However, the girl suddenly twists away like a snake. She slips away between Lenna and UMP-40 and runs off as the robots cover her. Damn it, after her. Yep. Lenna and UMP-40 run full tilt through the inky black passage. They shoot as they run, taking down all the robots in front of them. They finally close in on the girl again. However, just as Lenna is about to grab the girl, she suddenly jumps and escapes them again. As she flees, the mysterious girl picks up something black from the ground and throws it at Lenna. Teehee. Lenna reflexively catches the object, but then she freezes up as she realizes what it is. This is Leba's name tag. Why is it here? That's what I was talking about. The clue Leba left behind. There's also this. UMP-40 takes out a black ribbon and hands it to Lenna. Look at this. I pick it up at the tunnel entrance. Isn't this Leba's hair tie? Lenna takes the ribbon from her and carefully examines it. This does look like Leba's hair ribbon. But we're in a neural space, so all these are simulated from data. So why is it there? Did Leba leave it behind on purpose? I think so too. Maybe Leba deliberately left it behind to point the way for us. So you're saying that Leba was kidnapped from this place? Lenna looks ahead with a worried expression on her face. Thanks to that brief delay from just now, the girl has already left the pair far behind her. Ah, she ran off again. We need to catch her. As they sprint after the girl, the two of them finally emerge from the darkness. Ooh, we're here at last. Lenna, you're so fast. What? UMP-40 suddenly grinds to a halt and grabs Lenna before she can run past. Huh? What are you? Less than 10 meters ahead of Lenna is a yawning chasm in the fog. It abruptly cuts off the way ahead. Meanwhile, at the end of the path, the girl stands with a bratty grin on her face, on the edge of the chasm. Countless robots are climbing up the cliff surrounding the abyss. 1, 10, 100, the savage black forms pile up and line the edges of the chasm. Oh dear, this isn't good. Lenna tightens her grip around her gun. Then she hears noise from the tunnel behind her. More of those robots are approaching them through the darkness. We've been surrounded. Yeah. Lenna and UMP-40 puts their backs to each other, keeping their eyes on the robots climbing up the cliff and in the tunnel. The girl at the edge of the cliff seems to sense their tension at being surrounded. She grins, excitedly waving the dog tag in her hand. Keke, Precious is mine, all mine. You too, also mine. Hehe, so hungry. I'm going to eat you, and the Precious, eat it. Hehe. The girl giggles and brings the dog tag to her mouth. Her pink lips split open, turning her doll-like face into a ghastly maw that resembles a Venus flytrap. Her pearly white teeth are like jewels gleaming in the flytrap's heart, chomping and gnashing and grinding. She takes bite after bite out of the dog tag, crushing it into fragments. Ew. Ew, that's so gross. UMP-40 and Lenna watch in horror as the girl feasts. The girl completely devours the dog tag in moments. That Venus flytrap face returns to its doll-like form, like a miracle. Holy crap, she's a total monster. How did a piece of redundant data evolve into something like that? You get a point, but I suddenly realized that we probably shouldn't be worrying about that. UMP-40 looks like she suddenly remembered something as she points a trembling finger at the girl. Almost as she does so, the girl who is digesting the dog tag suddenly flashes them a savage, angry scowl. It's a fake! Why did you trick me? Look out, get clear! UMP-40 quickly pulls Lenna down, where they roll across the ground. Right as they hit the ground, Lenna can feel a razor-edged data burst hit the ground in front of her. By the time she stumbles to her feet, Lenna sees that several deep cuts are crisscrossing her and UMP-40's former location. They look like they were made by a knife. Hey! What's going on? Is it me or has she gotten stronger? There's no way that dog tag was fake, or does she grow stronger after taking in sufficient data? Before UMP-40 can finish, the girl waves her hand again and launches another attack. I'll eat you all, every last bit, you baddies! Stop staring at her and run! Lenna grabs UMP-40 and prepares to flee, but there are robots everywhere. They have nowhere to go. We're totally surrounded. What should we do? Should we try to force our way through? Hehe, there's no escape. I can smell it. The scent of food. I'm going to eat you up in one gulp. Oh, nom 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 nom. The girl seems to have realized how helpless they are and begins acting more and more aggressively. Lenna's hand tightens around her gun as she stares the jubilant girl down, and then she surveys her surroundings. Suddenly, UMP-40 speaks up behind her. Lenna, I think I have an idea. Look over there. UMP-40 points at the entrance to the tunnel. Then a bumper car among the robots. It looks like it's been abandoned there. I can get that car to move. Can you help me get rid of the enemies in the way? Lenna seems to immediately understand UMP-40's plan and then she nods. Alright, do it now. As she says that, UMP-40 breaks into a sprint towards the bumper car. Lenna opens fire at the same time, dispersing the robots in her way. The bullets clear a small path through the robot horde. UMP-40 jumps and lands inside the car. Immediately after that, its headlights flare to life in the darkness. The car traces a serpentine path through the horde as it swerves past Lenna's sight. Several robots are sent flying while others get pinned against the front of the bumper car. One by one, the densely packed crowd of robots are forced toward the edge of the cliff. The bumper car pushes the robots along toward the cliff. The robots instinctively surround it and pile on. 40, look out! Lenna opens fire on the bumper car, trying to drive off the the enveloping robots. However, UMP-40 doesn't seem to be bothered by their presence. She hits the gas and drives the entire horde further forward, toward the cliff's edge. Pushed by the bumper car, the throng of robots topples like dominoes, falling over the cliff one after another. Even the girl who's commanding them visibly panics and tries to avoid UMP-40 by going to the cliff's edge. Scream! Amidst the shriek of brakes, the bumper car finally comes to a halt at the edge of the cliff. UMP-40 jumps up and barely manages to avoid being surrounded by the robots. 40! Lenna rushes forward while spraying fire. UMP-40 executes a tactical roll out of the horde, tossing off a grenade as she breaks into a sprint. Kaboom! The little red vehicle explodes in a fireball. The shockwave from the vehicle sends countless robots flying. Some of them are hanging onto the bumper car. Others are standing on the edge of the cliff, but all of them go tumbling into the abyss from the blast. The enemy formation has been destroyed in the blink of an eye. The girl stands on the cliff's edge, a feral scowl on her face as she glares at Lenna and UMP-40. She gives UMP-40 a very meaningful look. I hate you! Hate you, hate you, hate you, hate you! Hate family, hate outsiders, hate all of you! I'll be back to eat you too! Saying so, the girl turns and jumps off the cliff. What the fuck? What? Wait! Lenna runs up after her, but before she can reach the edge, the girl has already vanished without a trace, leaving only a fathomless black void behind. She got away again. Well, at least we managed to escape. Plus, we got rid of a big pile of robots too. Did we really get rid of them? Where does this abyss lead to? Lenna looks down into the nigh infinite darkness. UMP-40 stands beside Lenna and gazes into the abyss with her. My guess is that this cliff is like those fishes we encountered along the way. They're all formed from the instability of Leba's neural cloud. Perhaps it's her level 3 down there. Maybe it's a data recycling area. Or maybe it's just an unknown interstice in Leba's neural space. But the only way we can know for sure is if we dive in. In other words, we have no way of knowing where that girl's fled to, right? Yep, and just jumping down there would be too rash. What if there's an ambush waiting for us? But trust me, Lenna, this is just a temporary retreat. We'll have another chance at this. UMP-40 gently pats Lenna's shoulder. Lenna doesn't say anything, just lowers her head and gently caresses the name tag and her ribbon in her hand. Feeling down? UMP-40 reaches out a finger and pokes Lenna's cheek. However, Lenna continues frowning. Oh, come on, don't be sad. UMP-40 seems to sense Lenna's dejection and moves in again to console Lenna. Say, I think I know how to undo the decryption on the dog tag. And it's all thanks to you, Lenna. I suddenly had an idea just now. Really? Lenna's hands suddenly freeze up. She tightens her grip on the hair ribbon and slowly lifts her head to look at UMP-40. You just thought of it. You know how to break the encryption? UMP-40 nods vigorously. A bright smile spreads across her face. Yep, give it to me and I will decrypt it. Who knows, the secret to saving Leba might be in there. The secret to saving Leba is in the dog tag. Lenna suddenly stiffens up. Scenes are playing out in her neural cloud, telling her just how strange all this is. Oh, I don't think we need to be in such a hurry. You're in a hurry to decrypt the dog tag because you're looking for clues about Leba, but we don't even know if it contains anything we can use. If Leba encrypted the dog tag, then the info might not necessarily help us find her. Also, the girl cannot even speak in complete sentences, so I don't think she's capable of doing it. With that in mind, the dog tag might not actually contain useful information, so rather than waste time on decrypting the dog tag, clearing the redundant data would be a more meaningful use of our time. In fact, not being able to decrypt the dog tag is because of interference from all the redundant data. I'm willing to bet like that. Who knows, once we clear all of it, the comms problem might clear up by itself and maybe the dog tag's encryption will fade away. After thinking back on all of that, Lenna subtly tightens her grip on the hair ribbon she's holding. Like UMP-40 said, the hair ribbon is made of data. It's a clue that Leba left behind to guide her. Lenna's been repeatedly checking both the name tag and the ribbon in order to find anything which could help her out. If they really are clues left behind by Leba, then do they hold the secret to decrypting the dog tag? Lenna reflexively feels for the piece of metal in her pocket, upon which another cold object makes contact with her fingers. Ah, yes, before those two, there was also the bullet that Leba left behind. Lenna instinctively squeezes the bullet. She proceeds to compare the data between the hair ribbon, the bullet, and that of the dog tag. However, the further the analysis progresses, the deeper Lenna's frown grows. What's wrong? You look really pale, Lenna. Are you not feeling well? UMP-40 tries to touch Lenna's forehead, but Lenna suddenly backs off. I can't. 40, I cannot give you the dog tag. Lenna shakes her head. If Leba truly encrypted the records inside the dog tag, then this must be very precious and Leba would have cherished it dearly. That's why I'm going to help Leba protect it. That's my duty as her little sister. Huh? What's gotten into you, Lenna? Is this some kind of new joke? I don't really get it. I'm asking for it because the information on it is really important. That way we can decipher the data on it ASAP. Are you mad because I kept you from chasing that girl just now? If so, I apologize. No, that's not it. Lenna shakes her head again and stares at UMP-40. Her expression turns grim. 40, tell me something. Is Leba really being held prisoner by that girl? Huh? Why are you asking that all of a sudden? Of course she is. I saw it myself. But that girl didn't even know how to tell the fake dog tag apart from the real one. So how could she possibly hold Leba prisoner if she isn't at least that smart? But I definitely saw her. 40. Are you sure that was Leba you saw? If Leba dropped her belongings in that passage, does that mean Leba's being held by that girl? Neither the script nor the passage shows any sign of Leba fighting anyone here. Unless... Huh? Yeah, you got a point, Lenna. Did I remember things wrongly? After all, Leba's neural cloud is very unstable right now. Maybe they passed through here in the past, but there was no clip, so they went by another route. Honestly, why are you letting your imagination run away with you? Lenna, just give me the dog tag. There's no time to waste. UMP-40 approaches Lenna with a smile on her face, trying to ruffle Lenna's hair. However, Lenna reflexively avoids her. UMP-40 freezes up, then pulls her hand back before smiling bitterly. What's the matter with you, Lenna? You're acting weird. Don't you get it, 40? Lenna slowly takes a step back, looking toward UMP-40. There is a look of sadness and confusion on her face that's impossible to put into words. You said the data inside the dog tag wasn't important earlier, but now you're saying it contains vital information. I don't understand. Why are you doing this, 40? You're supposed to be the person Leba trusts most, right? That's what I thought, and that's why I envied you. So why did you betray that trust? Lenna, what on earth are you talking about right now? Do I have to show you what I mean? Lenna smiles bitterly and holds up the hair ribbon. I thought it was weird, so I checked this ribbon closely. And as it turns out, the data structure of this hair ribbon is very similar to that fake tag. Also, the data structure is very much like the encryption logic on the dog tag. However, the encoding method is completely different from the bullet which we first picked up. UMP-40 scratches her head in confusion. I'm sorry, Lenna, I don't understand. Stop playing dumb, 40. You knew, didn't you? You knew the bullet we first found contained records from Leba's neural cloud. It definitely belonged to Leba. You then said the hair ribbon was left behind by Leba, but the ribbons and the bullet's data structures are completely different. Also, you said the dog tag's encryption was due to interference by the redundant data, but the ribbon's data structure and the dog tag's encryption were both identical to the fake one you made. Are all these really just coincidences, 40? Lenna's brow furrows as she looks at UMP-40, but UMP-40 merely rubs her forehead. Ah, Lenna, are you suspicious of me? Do you suspect that I was the one who kidnapped Leba and did everything we encountered on the way here? You're making me out to be one heck of a villain, you know? I might have lived in her neural space all this time, but I'm not that incredible, you know? Isn't it possible that this is just a structural abnormality caused by the damage to Leba's neural cloud? Really? I doubt it. Lenna slowly clenches her fist. Why were the robots always avoiding you on the way here? The girl seemed familiar with how we fought. She managed to escape us when we flanked her in the tunnel. Then on the clip, you used the bumper car to knock the robots away, but the girl was knocked further away from me than before, which led to her escaping in the end. Also, the area before the tunnel was just a pile of rubble beforehand, but did you suddenly discover the bumper car there? Isn't that very strange? That's because I know Leba's neural cloud well. Is it? Since you know Leba's neural cloud so well, how did you not know there was a secret tunnel underneath that haunted house? Huh? You were the one who pointed out the haunted house for the ambush, weren't you, 40? Yet you didn't know there was a tunnel in there. Was that really an accident, or were you keeping it hidden? And isn't it a coincidence that every single action we took was suggested by you? This is making less and less sense the more I hear of it. UMP-40 rubs her forehead in frustration again. It was my fault for not noticing the tunnel. I'm really sure about that. I'm really sorry about that, really sure. But if you don't trust me, surely you can trust Persica's judgment, right? Persica approved of our plan of clearing the redundant data and the data sources. Persica. Yep, although our comms with Persica haven't been too stable, No, you're not trustworthy precisely because of the comms outage. Lenna raises the communicator she's holding. My communications with Persica only started malfunctioning after I met you, 40. Even after we made contact at last, you were the one steering our conversations. Each time any information which might be bad for you was about to be revealed, the transmission would be cut off. Actually, there's one more thing. 40, do you feel like you're being affected by the redundant data? Huh? Me? All that useless data takes up Leba's computational space, which affected comms between Lenna and me. Since you were always resident in her neural space, you kind of... I'm fine. Don't worry about me, Persica. I'm running just fine. I'm not feeling any interference at all. Back then, Persica was asking you if you were being affected by the redundant data, wasn't she? But you changed the subject. What were you trying to hide? I wasn't trying to hide anything. I just wanted to give my reassurances to Persica quickly. Really? So just what is this important information hidden inside the dog tag anyway? After I got the dog tag, comms were still cut even after the fog dispersed. I did not have a chance to ask Persica about the truth, and Persica didn't have a chance to reveal any information. That would be disadvantageous to you. UMP-40 turns away with a helpless look on her face. I'm right, aren't I? I noticed a while ago, but you were really paying too much attention to the dog tag. The first time we found it, I just wanted to pick it up, but then you dragged me off to go look at the Ferris wheel and the sea. By the time I realized it, you already picked it up and handed it to me. That was when you encrypted it, wasn't it? After that, you have interrupted me every time I wanted to study the dog tag, because you were afraid I discovered that there was something wrong with it. It's true that you helped me clear the redundant data along the way, which lined up with Persica's mission, but maybe you were just using me. What's your real aim, 40? You want me to help you collect Leba's data, or are you trying to use this chance to help that little sister of yours? I heard it, that girl called you family just now. She's always been pretty close to you two, hasn't she? UMP-40 rounds her shoulders in defeat. She looks at Lenna. There's a hint of despondence in her smile. So you don't trust me at all, huh, Lenna? After everything we went through together on the way here, I thought we were friends. Looking at 40's dejected smile, Lenna hesitates for a moment. All the events that occurred along the way here flash past her eyes again. She remembers UMP-40's bright smile when she was consoling her, and the dust covering UMP-40 after the explosion. Even now, the scars from those battles remain on UMP-40. But if all that was just a ploy to win her trust, if there is a slightest chance that it could end up hurting Leba. I'm sorry, 40. Lenna looks UMP-40 in the eye, her gaze firm. I feel very, very bad about having to doubt you like this, but for Leba's sake, I cannot trust you. UMP-40 suddenly smiles, as though she can sense Lenna's determination. She looks back at Lenna, gently shaking her head. I just knew this would happen. Well done, Lenna. I cannot believe you saw through me so soon. I guess that's as far as this charade goes. However, I've already finished my preparations. A sudden gentle wind blows from the cliffside. UMP-40 grins wickedly, and then she claps her hands. The moment her hands come together, the Goliaths hidden by the edge of the cliff explode. A chain of explosions thunders toward Lenna, ultimately sending her flying. Lenna hits the ground hard and rolls several more times along the ground. It takes all of her strength to keep herself from falling off the side of the cliff. However, the after effects of the blast hit her immediately. The world spins, making Lenna unable to think. Although she tries her hardest to open her eyes, she cannot see anything clearly. Ugh. I'm sorry, did that hurt? After all, this attack was specially designed to target your neurocloud data. Unlike those machines, I managed to gain a complete understanding of the data thanks to our time together, Lenna. Lenna senses someone approaching with their light footsteps through the dust and smoke which obscure everything. A shadowy figure looks down on her immobile body, then it bends down and takes a glittering object out of her pocket. Hehe, I'll be taking Leba's beloved dog tag then. No, keep it back. Lenna tries her best to grab her, but 40 effortlessly avoid Lenna's grasp. Nope, this is mine now. Why? Lenna's hoarse words make 40 pause for a few moments. Looking back down on Lenna, she smiles thinly. Do you really want to know, Lenna? Alright then, I'll satisfy your curiosity. This cutscene is so long. The figure tosses the dog tag into the air. There is a flash of light, and then the murky records from before play out clearly before Lenna's eyes. However, I must remind you that the simulated UMP-40 you insist on extracting was essentially created by the Paraplu virus. While this simulated persona has shown no signs of trying to take over its host, based on UMP-40's personality, no one can guarantee that it won't in the future. Are you sure you want to keep her? It's not the real 40, you know. I know it isn't the real 40, but I still want to keep it anyway. Actually, the secondary processing core you want doesn't need to have a simulated persona assigned to it. You can completely delete the persona, which would not only remove the potential risk of the Paraplu virus, but it would also simplify maintenance going forward. Also, if you keep it, you'll have to face the risk of a Paraplu virus outbreak someday. 45. Have you really thought this through? I know what I'm doing. This is the last thing 40 left to me. Even if it means having to live with the virus, I don't want to give up on it. How determined? Alright then, I'll do what you said. UMP-45 nods. Persica looks at the monitor and begins typing at high speed. UMP-45 falls silent for a moment, and then she suddenly speaks. Persica, can you keep this a secret from the others? It's not often that you ask me for a favor, so don't worry. I'll keep this a secret. Ugh. Lenna feels dizzy after seeing all that. How could this happen? Wasn't the Paraplu virus... Even if this UMP-40 was a simulated persona created from the Paraplu virus, why? It's been so long since Operation Butterfly, since Sangbi's Ferry joined Gripen, since anyone considered the Paraplu virus a threat. So why now? Or what will I do with you? Don't you get it? UMP-40 looks at the doll at her feet. She shakes her head in resignation, then snaps her fingers. In the next moment, the long silent communicator suddenly vibrates. Persica's worried voice echoes through the cliffside wind. Lenna, are you there? Come in, Lenna. I'm picking up abnormal data fluctuations in Leba's neurocloud. While I don't know why, it seems the rewrite subroutine for the Paraplu virus was activated by accident. Also, I finished my data analysis. I recognize that kid's data. She's a brand new virtual persona generated by the virus, just like the simulated 40. Lenna, the Paraplu virus instinctively consumes and overrides its host programming. You need to get away from the simulated UMP-40 ASAP. Got that, Lenna? Another finger snap suddenly cuts Persica's words off. UMP-40 smiles and bends down and flicks Lenna's head. Do you get it now, Lenna? There's no reason why I did all this. I did it because this is my mission and instinct as a creation of the Paraplu virus. That girl and I used to be the same. We're both children of the Paraplu. It's just that I was affected by the neural records relating to UMP-40 and over time, I forgot my instincts. Hehe, but thanks to the attack from that mysterious doll, Leba's neurocloud was damaged and I finally remembered everything. I need to thank you, Lenna. Thanks to you, I could rejoin my real sister and gathered the redundant data in Leba's neural record. Oh yes, you even delivered us the precious little keepsake. This is one of the keys to rewriting Leba's neurocloud. With it, we'll be able to truly seize control of Leba. You, how could you do this? Oh, are you mad? It's Leba's fault for being a sentimental dork. When she insisted on freeing me from her level 3 and insisted on retaining the simulated UMP-40 persona, she should have expected this to happen, no? Still, it doesn't matter anymore. The sleeping Paraplu virus has awakened. Both my new sister and I have sealed Leba's neurocloud away. Soon our neurocloud rewrite will be complete and Leba will no longer exist. This is so goddamn long! I'm fucking getting tired. That That's impossible! I won't. Lenna struggles to grab UMP-40. However, her body feels so heavy that she's unable to rise. You have worked really hard for Leba's sake, Lenna. Still, this is the end of your pointless efforts. UMP-40 walks over to the edge of the cliff. She looks over the edge into the pitch black abyss below and smiles. You know, I've always been curious about just where the bottom of the chasm leads. And so I've decided to make it your new home, Lenna. Hehe, don't worry, I'll tell Leba that you threw yourself off a cliff and sacrificed yourself heroically to save her. Seeing as how I've lived with Leba for so long, I'll allow her to keep her memories even if I rewrite her neural cloud. Oh, she can mourn you and the dead UMP-40 forever. Doesn't that make you happy, Lenna? After all, you have always been worried you cannot keep up with UMP-40, haven't you? Once you die, you'll have the same place in Leba's heart as her. Therefore, it's goodbye, Lenna. Remember to take me. UMP-40 doesn't give Lenna a chance to speak. She claps her hands once again. The cliff sound is accompanied by deafening explosions from the base of the cliff. Lenna feels her body tremble. The ground heaves beneath her. The cliff is collapsing. Rocks crumble and dust fill the air. Amidst the thunderous blast, UMP-40 takes a dog tag, pivots slightly on her heel and leaps. Lenna, on the other hand, falls alone in the infinite darkness.